Yeah, I think it was I got rid of one end because I didn't use it, and then use one to... Also, the weather in the Netherlands is once again completely off its rocker. Like, yesterday it was beautiful and it was super warm and it was super sunny and everything, and it was lovely and amazing, and now we're probably going to be having a weather warning because of expected thunderstorms. You know, all like, alrighty then. Dear Dutch weather, what are we actually doing? Do you even know yourself? I don't think the Dutch weather knows what it's doing itself either, but... So all I am hoping is, like, I have a shift at the zoo in a few hours. That I can make it there and back again without getting rained on. I'm gonna check out the weather before I leave the house, because I might be thinking about going by car instead of by bike. Hey, Charmix, how are you doing? Good morning, or good time zone appropriate greeting here. Hello, hello. You're doing fine, enjoying the long weekend, yeah. It took me a while to realize that this was going to be a long weekend. I was all like... Everybody was like, yeah, well, at work people were like, yeah, see you Tuesday, because, you know, we have the Monday off. And I was like, wait, do we have the Oh, wait! It is Pinkster. I keep forgetting what that holiday is called in English, but it is, the Dutchies are using it as an excuse to have another long weekend and have the Monday off. Pentecost, I think. Is it Pentecost? It is happy. They were all sitting in the temple feeling kind of sad, and then suddenly their hair caught on fire. Or a flame appeared above their heads. Celebration. I think it's one of those holidays where I think currently in the Netherlands, like, we enjoy having the day off, but I think people are slowly starting to lobby for that. Maybe we shouldn't have all these random days off in like May and June, and maybe we want to spread them out a bit over the year. Good morning, Miki! How are you doing? Oh my god, Mickey, that picture of you holding that huge candy floss. Candy floss is the best if it's bigger than your head, right? Was it good candy floss? Charmix doesn't like candy floss. That is allowed. I don't think I like candy floss anymore as well. I recently discovered that one of the problems my body has is apparently digesting the refined sugar. So I guess for me, candy floss is permanently off the menu. But hey, everybody is allowed to have their own tastes in sweets and things. And Miki is good, but tired in your feet. So I can imagine that. Fun thing, you're going back to that amusement park next Saturday as well? Ooh. Fun times, fun times. Right, we're getting somewhere with this. Ooh, Charmix, you went to the fair yesterday evening. That sounds like fun. I went to visit a friend yesterday. Because she's getting married later this month and I'm in her bridal party and she needed some help with making like the little guest gifts and stuff. So I tried a new hobby yesterday. I tried wood burning. I also decided quietly that wood burning was fun, but not quite my thing. It is a bit of a... For me, it is a slightly too smoky hobby. It was fun. But there was... For my lungs, there was just a little bit too much smoke coming off of it. I helped out. We made a we made like a social bingo card, and I helped the person doing the wood burning by already making dots on the pieces of wood that needed to be burned, so that he could just follow those and work via that. So and it was fun, and and they fed me pancakes. It's one of these things, you want. You want the Niska to come over and help? Feed her pancakes. Get some every time. Dum-de-dum. And now to line these up again. There we go. And so yesterday I also I took a couple of the worry worms with me and left those behind. So the worry worms are currently being spread throughout, the entirety of the Netherlands, because now they are also in. There's a couple of them in the province of South Holland. What are worry worms? these little buddies. So for the when somebody subscribed to my channel the first month, I make them a heart, and then I put them on a chain and put them up behind me. And for every month afterwards, with the color they chose, I make one of these, and I put a little googly eye on them, or two, and then I leave them behind in random places so people can find them. And so I have. They come in I put them in a little bag, and I give them a little note that says, "Hello, I have been left behind as a gift." And I put the name of a Dutch Facebook group on there, just if people want to say that they found them. And like, not a lot of people report back that they found them, but that is okay. Like, this is definitely not a hobby one must do if one completely lives on, you know, the fact that then people find them and that they report back. I've seen that happening sometimes with the people who paint rocks, that people are like, why does nobody report my stones? And you know, it's like, well, not everybody's on Facebook. You just treasure the few times that people do put them on there. Because that has happened. At some point, like, I still get warm fuzzy feelings from this, but at some point somebody apparently messaged that Facebook group like, hey, my son found this little worryworm on the bus. And they included a picture, so I know it was one of mine, because I leave them behind anonymously. But, like, you know, my handiwork and my notes are definitely recognizable, and was like, oh, my kid was having a very sad day, and then the kid found this little thing here on the bus, and how kind that people do this. And I'm like, oh, look at that. So yeah, with every little one of these that I leave behind somewhere, there is a chance that I make somebody's day better. So yeah, we're trying to make the world a little bit of a better place, one silly little crochet worm at a time. Oh yes, go for it! In the Netherlands, there's a couple of Facebook groups dedicated to leaving random gifts behind. Like, you have several groups for painted stones. Like Keitof and Happy Stones. And there's a thing in the Netherlands called the anonieme sjaal. Translated, that would be the anonymous scarf. And that's where people really leave. Sometimes they leave really big things, like people leave complete scarves or crochet toys or complete plushies, or sometimes like complete clothing sets that they usually either knitted or crocheted in places for people to find. And I work, I put the Facebook group Achterlatertjes on there, which is one that is basically made for, you know, the little things. So that's where people leave behind like bags of tea, candles, little handmade keychains, or worryworms, because I'm not the only person that works with worryworms there. There are at least 3 or 4 different types of worryworms that I have seen, or by the hands of different makers. Which is awesome. You know, the world does definitely need more kindness. So I fully encourage maybe looking up if there are also people doing that in your area? Or just doing it anyways? Yeah, a lot of those groups are mostly active in the Netherlands. Oh. Well, that, or it is incredibly localized. Like, I recently went to Belgium to get a tattoo. Look, I have an altar. And so at some point I was my husband was getting a rather large tattoo with that tattoo artist. And I was like in this teeny tiny itty bitty village of a thing. It was a very cute little Belgian village. And I found one of these happy stone things. So I looked them up on Facebook when I got home, and it turns out that itty bitty village of maybe like 1,000 people or something has a super duper active we paint stones and we hide them community. Alright, right. The subscriber chain is sort of updated again. It doesn't quite fit on there yet, but at least we have a couple of things going on. I think my husband has woken up. Good morning, honey. Where did I go? I already forgot the place name. Wait, where was it again? Inktomatic. Kwaadmechelen. That was it. Apparently it is in Ham Kwaadmechelen. Bonus points for the name, because I know Maasmechelen. There's a lot of things called Mechelen, but I've never heard of an angry one. It's probably, there's probably a different thing to kwaad than angry, but so let's make some worry worms, because there are apparently 2 people where I didn't notice that they went into their 4th month and are now on their 5th. Both somewhat bent, who likes purple, and Alizara, who likes yellowy orange or brownish. So let's make some purple and orange ones for those. Because I have those colors. But yeah, apparently, I think it was Hum, has an entire own Happy Stones community of its own. Which I think is kind of adorable. Not in a positive way, but I think it is nice that a small village has such an active group of people going, yes, let's all paint stones and leave them behind for each other to find. Localized enthusiasm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You wish you could paint or draw, but you can't. Yeah. If there's anything I've noticed with these stones, it is like some people are freaking artists and will paint entire Mona Lisas on them. and we'll spend hours on each rock. But at the same time, this is still one of my favorite ones that I found. For some reason, like some people, like this is like the difference. I love both of these stones to bits. Like, but this one is basically done with a black and a red marker. But I found it at a time when I was feeling, I was feeling a little bit sad, and then suddenly you just find a stone that somebody doodled on with a marker and put some hearts on. And nobody can tell me that either stone is more or less valuable than the other, even though the amount of artistry is different. Because for both of them, somebody went out of their way to make a pretty stone. And left it where I could find it. I think I'm hearing my medication alarm in the other room. Because I did take my meds, but then I forgot to tell my phone that I did. My phone might be angry at me now. So I also drink more tea. Good morning. Just shouting good morning to the husband. Yeah, I'm guessing it might be busy at the zoo. It is Pentecost weekend after all. That's okay, that means I'm gonna have lots and lots of people to talk to. Which is part of the point of being a guide, of course. But I'm sad that the weather is looking so down, because I had planned on either going slightly earlier or staying slightly later, because I have a new lens for my camera. And I was already at the zoo for a little bit on Friday. I bribed my husband, because we had gone to the dump / recycling plant. But I had just gotten a new camera lens, and the city recycling plant / dump is very close to the zoo. And I was like, hey honey, so if we go around this time, want to get lunch at the zoo? Because, I can get us in for free. The perks of being a volunteer. They let you into the zoo for free, and they let you take people with you. So I bribed him with lunch, and then brought the new camera lens and made some really, really awesome pictures. So I was like, yeah, let's make more pictures at the zoo, but if it's going to be that rainy and gloomy, I don't think I wanna. The poor camera deserves to be to be very dry. But I was very happy because I took some great pictures I took a great picture of an otter, took a great picture of a red panda. But I haven't tried the new lens out on elephants. For ultimate qualification, you need to take pictures of, see how it takes pictures of elephants. That could just be me, of course. I did practice yesterday with trying to take pictures of a black cat in a shady place. Ooh, the husband adores red pandas. There are several zoos in the Netherlands that have red pandas, but I can highly recommend the one in the center, the Dierenpark Amersfoort. We currently have there's currently 4 red pandas there. That's because last year 2 babies were born. Now the babies will be going to 2 different zoos as part of the breeding program. So they will probably be leaving in a bit, but currently we still have 4. There is Daddy Yin, Mommy Yena, and then little brother and sister Suki and Hikaru. The other way around, the girl is called Suki and the boy is called Hikaru. I'm not sure if they pronounce it Hikaru or Hikaru, but I tend to say Hikaru because I have not seen a lot of anime, but just enough to have one with a character. And there they pronounce it Hikaru. And they are adorbs. They have grown so big. Because, like, you used to be able to keep them apart. Because it's like, you know, the big ones are daddy and mommy. And then the one that's with the babies is mommy. Because daddy red panda, you know, basically daddy red pandas are not very good daddies. Their biggest contribution to a litter of young uns is the 2 minutes of fun. And after that, he doesn't really bother with his offspring. So it was like, how do you tell daddy and mommy apart? Well, mommy is the one with her paws full of baby, and daddy is the one lying somewhere above there doing a nap. Excellent parenting skills, these red pandas. But they are ridiculously fluffy. And I mean, it's sort of, in a way it is sad to see them, to see the little ones go, but on the other hand, it means they're healthy. And it means that they, you know, they can go to different zoos where they can become a daddy and a mommy themselves. And therefore, you know, provide a hopefully a positive impact on the future of red pandas. Because did you know the zoo has a wildlife fund attached to it, and then people can ask for can ask the fund for funding for different projects. Did you know that during COVID times, the red pandas come from like the Himalayan area, and somewhere there, a project was funded where they would give local, because a lot of local people lost their jobs. Drive-by sub-message. Vroom! Hello, Slothy Knight, 21 months! You is awesome. Is it a drive-by sub-message vroom vroom in a very big fire truck? I'll accept a fire truck drive-by. Maybe. Good enough. Love your face. Thank you so much. Also, excellent timing. I was just making more worry worms, so I think I actually already I think stream the Twitch already spoiled me on this, because I think yes, I have you down for 21 months. Thank you so much. All right, let's see if we can win this Stream Raider battle or not. But so, oh yeah, there was but a lot of people in a certain area had lost their job during because of the COVID pandemic. But they made a project where they gave a lot of people temporary jobs helping to plant bushes and trees to benefit the red panda. So I love these kinds of projects where, you know, where they just, you know, engage the local, yeah. Why is that rogue going for the treasure chest and not for the people shooting at its face? Oh dear. So yeah, the good news is that hopefully it's going a little bit better again with the red pandas in the wild. Because there have been projects to help both the locals and the pandas. All right, let's try this again. Also, I'm going to take an itty bitty, very short break because I keep hearing my medication alarm go off, so I'm gonna switch that off. Also going for a small stretch. So, lovelies, don't forget, have a stretch. Make sure you have enough to drink. I'll be back in 2 minutes. So let's run a 30-second ad break while doing it. Told you. It was a short break. Ooh. Hello. Right, let's finish off this this little worry worm. But yeah, the weather is so weird, and as Charmix said earlier, the weather is gloomy. Rain, sun, then rain. Because yeah, yesterday the weather was really good. I was visiting friends, I had a little afternoon walk, found a geocache. And now the weather is super gloomy. Like, I'm even considering, because usually I go to the zoo by bike, because it's like a 5-kilometer bike ride or something, so it's not that far. It's like it's on the other side of the city, you know, like the traffic lights are more of a hindrance than the distance. But depending on the weather, because at least here in the Netherlands they have there might be large thunderstorms coming up. Oh yeah, I found more googly eyes in it while cleaning up. So now I have many googly eyes. Like, so many googly eyes. I'm gonna have to make lots and lots of worry worms now, because, well, what else am I gonna do with googly eyes? Alright, Charmix, thank you so much for hanging out here. It was good to see you. And hey, if you and if you at some point decide to make worry worms, please take pictures of them and post them in my Discord. I love to see pictures. Or if you craft anything else. And have a fun day. And stay dry, whatever you do. Because if it's thundery here, it might be thundery where you are as well. So let's see. This one was for Alizara to commemorate their 4th month of being a sub here. It's looking very confused. And then we move on to purple for Somewhat Bent. Ooh. Dum-de-dum. This is some epic music. Da-dum-da-dum-da-da. Gotta love a little bit of epicness. So who are the worry worms intended for again? Random strangers. I don't have the notes lying around here. But I put them in a one of these plastic gift bags. Also to make them look a little bit less like something that was randomly left behind. And put a little note with them that says, "Please take me with you. I have not been lost or forgotten. I've been left here on purpose as a gift for a stranger. Hello, I am a worry worm. So put me in your pocket and fidget with me when you're feeling down, and hopefully I'll make you feel better." I might update the text a little bit at some point, but so yeah, the whole idea is that I leave them behind in the bus. I leave them behind in like the little front yard libraries. I sometimes put them in the food pantry we have here. Cause yeah, like a couple of streets down, somebody has an actual food pantry in their garden where they, which I also sometimes put groceries in because, well, it's let's do a 2-second harpical capitalism here, because that seems to be a thing in this channel as well. But I don't think people should go hungry, so I love the idea of a food pantry. So I sometimes put these in here with the idea that, people who need food pantries for their food might also be worried, and they might need a little smile. Hello, Nordic Sparkle, how are you doing? Good day, good day. And so yeah, yesterday I went to visit some friends, so I left one behind on a park bench, and I left one worry worm in a little library. And seeing that the end of the school year is nearing, I also leave them around schools. And in playgrounds, just in random places. And, your mom... Oh! I make those as well, only I make birdies instead of... instead of things, but there's... But yeah. This is also basically where the idea of the worry worms a little bit came from. But I make the worry worms in honor of the people who sub to my channel. So, yeah, so Slothy Night for the past the past few months, I have been leaving behind the worry worms in a color you chose. But yeah. They are not exactly in the same zone, but they are a charitable thing. Every now and then I like to switch up the charity, because I think when I started this channel I made stripes on a on a mouse for people with dementia. I still need to send in a lot of those. I have them lying around, but And then at some point I did stripes on hats. There's a charity, but they're doing this for the last time this year. Also, I need to tuck in a lot of ends for those hats. So there's a lot of little hats with colors chosen by subs, and I decided that at some point I was like, you know what, no longer feeling like the hats, but I do love making things. So now it's worry worms. Also, I love how this playlist has several versions of Ride of the Valkyries. Super enthusiastic, but yeah, these are definitely not meant for babies, because indeed the googly eyes make them. The googly eyes are definitely not baby safe. But yeah, I also after making a couple of these worry worms, I'm going to probably finish this one off on stream. But this is an early bird. It's in the same category as the little octopuses. But yeah, but then a different charity. And I like the early bird people because they also send photographers to take semi-professional photo shoots of the babies while they're still in the hospital for free, which I think is really nice of them. I ought to drink more, but I'm going for some water. But yeah, this is basically just this is a miniature fidget toy. Oh yeah, and as I think I said that earlier today as well, like I sometimes have this feeling I'm still smelling campfire, because I tried a little bit of wood burning yesterday. I don't think I'm picking that up as a hobby. I was helping out a friend making little thank you presents for her wedding later this month. my favorite blue go? Did I put blue in here? I put blue in here. This is a lovely blue. Oh, and here's a bit of blue as well. You studied to be a nurse. According to you, you can never learn enough about how to treat the human body. This extra work was about nutrition. Ooh. Yeah, nutrition is really, really important. I have irritable bowel syndrome myself. So talking to a dietitian and some other people about, you know, food intake has really made a very big improvement on my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know, right? But yeah, nutrition is really, really important. So I really try to keep a bit of an eye on my food and what I eat. Yeah, there's a hair in here. This happens when your hair is really long. It sometimes gets stuck in your in everything. I thought I heard raining sounds. I was getting. I was like, wait a second. It's not raining, is it? Currently, it just seems to be windy. Yeah, I think I have a relatively mild version, but I do remember at some point when I went, wait a second, I suddenly have, you know, when things started getting better and I discovered some foods that would trigger the cramps and stuff, I was like, is this a day without pain? Is this what other people feel? So the moment when you realize it's not normal to be in pain constantly. And it wasn't a lot of pain. But, you know, but even a little bit of pain, people, you know, you as a person, you don't deserve to be in pain all the time. For me, it turns out it was onions and onion-related foods and processed sugar. That are really hard to digest. Even then, nutrition as a whole is just a very interesting subject, I think. A couple of years ago, somebody in the Netherlands made the news because they were the first person with scurvy to be in the Netherlands for in like I don't know how many years. It turns out it was a person that was as a student, and they would only eat one certain type of pizza, and that one type of pizza missed like a nutrient, one itty bitty nutrient you needed. But apparently it was that one nutrient that your body needs to, you know, not get scurvy. And if that person would have eaten one different type of pizza like a month, they would not have contracted scurvy. But it was that specific one that was lacking that one mineral that, and you know, but of course people are like, how does one, you know, you don't think about somebody having scurvy in this day and age. Nutrition. It is really like, how does one do this? It's pretty common for the body to not be able to fully digest onions. Yeah. So I heard. It's understandable it triggers IBS. Yeah. It's also really hard to cook with, by the way. To cook things onion free, or to just the look on people's faces when they're like, oh yeah, shall I cook something for you? And I'm like, yes, but please make sure that there's no onions and preferably also like no garlic or leeks and stuff in there. And people go, I was at an event recently and I was like, hey, I'm the person with the onion intolerance. What can I have? And the answer was, well, technically only the white rice. And I was like, well, thank you very much for that. Could you warn me ahead next time so I can just bring my own food? Because also, by the way, my favorite response is still, but you don't really taste it. That's not the problem! The problem is the intimate date with the toilet I will have the next morning. It's not the taste. I miss garlic. Oh gods, I miss garlic so much. Garlic is amazing and delicious and tasty. It's not the taste that's the problem. It's the fact that I don't digest it. But yeah. I do have to say, I stopped eating processed sugar last December. Also, by the way, for people wondering, yes, I'm very happy I did that, but maybe I should have waited till after December. December is a very hard month to quit sugar with all the different parties and things and all the Christmases and New Year's Eve and stuff going around. I maybe should have waited until January. But I'm really glad I did, because that really quickly took away a lot of lingering pains that I had. Also, I really love it when people sometimes try to explain that for a carbohydrate amount, because, you know, your brains run on carbohydrates. Crochet by M, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome, welcome. And people are like, well, you know, for your brain, there's not a lot of difference whether you eat chocolate or an apple because it's all carbohydrates. And I'm like, yes, but for my belly, it matters a lot because I can eat 2 apples and be fine. And I can eat 2 bites of chocolate and get all queasy and then all belly achy. So there has to be a difference because, you know, stuff the way how I respond to it. But, you know, I mean, in the end, a calorie is a calorie, but, the difference in how it sometimes is presented. And I guess, of course, apples also present their carbohydrates with all kinds of nice minerals and fibers. I gave this one a very long tail. Your friend at IBS, she tried everything and yet her stomach threw tantrums. And there's you can eat gravel, battery acid and raw eggs and stomach is like, yeah, okay. Oh. Yep. Life is unfair in that way, but that is how it sometimes is. I have a theory that my problems were probably caused by the fact that when I was in my student days, I had a couple of problems that needed to be treated with antibiotics, and at some point I had a light antibiotics streak of 100 days. I mean, that 100-day antibiotic streak fixed the problems I was having with inflammation right up. But I think it might have done some irreparable damage to the rest of my system. But that's okay. I have now sort of learned how to deal with these things, and, you know, things that I can eat, and especially snacks with many fibers in it. I'm teaching myself to snack more on fruits. Also, I love my slow cooker, because it means I can make all the tasty stews and soups and stuff, and not have and you know, being in full control of what I throw into them, so them being completely onion free. But yes, the body is a very odd machine. I also heard that apparently IBS, I have ADHD. I've heard that IBS is incredibly often also found in people with ADHD, and I don't think people have found if it's a correlation or a causation yet, you know. It's like, is there something in either IBS or ADHD that helps trigger the other, or is it just is it by accident, or... I am very curious about this, because the body is highly complicated. Basically, I mean, you know, there's like a couple of pounds of fat sloshing around, well, not really sloshing around, in your brain, and that powers this entire meat machine. And Lord knows how this works. Alright, let's see if we can win this battle. Thank you to everyone who placed. We have a couple of more people on the field. And some nice epics. Let's have a stretch break. Ooh, and a tea break. Nordic Sparkle, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome, welcome. Well, currently we have a bit of a chance as the, you know, alright, everybody stay together. Oh, this is going to be so close. Wait, if we all stay together and just heal each other up a bit, are there even healers? There is still a saint, which is really nice, because I guess that saves us a bit of damage. Oh. Come on, come on. Oh wait, that's one of ours. Oh dear. Oh dear, there's only 2 of us left. Can my paladin make this? Well, no. Oh, come on, brave musketeer! So close! Yeah, this is all part of the game, I guess, and because of the fact that we had the bot army in here last time, which was driving up the difficulty rate way too much. Really, those people in bot armies need to get a life. But the positioning seemed relatively okay, so let's just try this again. The difficulty... So maybe see if we can place a few people here and a few people there for distraction and such. And 1 minute while I try to hit somebody with a clue by 4. Cause bitch, I'm already famous. I have 14 subscribers, man. I'm famous on Twitch. Also, I've never seen the point of trying to buy followers anyways. Also, let's... Yeah, that's a better lighting situation. Hello, Ghost in a Cup. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I call these worry worms, and what I do is I make these in colors chosen by my subscribers, and then I leave them behind in random places for people to find, and they with a little note that says, you know, I've not been lost. I've been put here on purpose to give somebody a nice day. So. Please take me with you. I'm a little worry worm, and you can fidget with me. It's basically a fidget toy. I've seen this as, you know, this is like a random acts of kindness kind of thing. Ghost in a Cup, thank you so much for that follow. Yeah, see, bots, I don't need to buy followers. People, you know, fun people will come in and press that button all on their own. So yeah, this is my bid and attempt to make the world a little bit brighter. And like, I leave them behind anonymously, but I give people a Facebook group where they can post if they found one and if they want to send me a message. And I don't get many messages back, but the ones I have gotten are all like, at some point apparently hey, Binary, how was the wedding? But apparently I made a kid smile because that kid was having a bad day, stepped, you know, boarded the bus and then found a little worryworm with a little kind note. I always want to learn fun nutritional facts. If you want to learn some fun animal facts, also let me know, because I know a lot of things about animals. So, Slothy Knight, thank you so much for that 21 months. You are awesome and amazing. Alright, let's make one more for now and then move on to the early birds. I think. What is the time? Oh, it's only 10. I still have time. Who was lucky? Yeah, the weather was really good on Friday. The weather is now really pissy, at least where I am. It's probably going to thunder later today. I'm not looking forward to that. For sure. But let's make another one with the sparkly yarn to end off for now. Ooh, the sparkly yarn is a little bit wobbly. I'm thinking about just now making... Hey, Stiefel! Making a few worry worms every stream. Instead of having sometimes dedicated streams. Just, you know, make 1 or 2 every stream and then move on to a different project. But yeah, I'm always up for learning new things. I love, like, one of my favorite things in life is learning new stuff. Oh, it's that kind of day, isn't it? Like, the sad thing is I have, there we go. I set the things a little bit lower because I heard that some of my that sometimes first time viewers would not be able to chat for a while. So I figured I'd make it easy for people who were new in this, you know, for real people who were new in this channel to come in. But now the bots are having a field day. Well, that's what the ban button is for. You know, and I also, I love, because I've apparently been scaring away a couple of new viewers because they couldn't chat the first time round. So, you know. So I'm still opting for being a little bit more hospitable and then just waving a ban hammer. Hey, Stiefel, do you want bot banning powers? Well, not being able to chat in somebody's in somebody's stream does deter people. And I understand that. Orange juice is rich in folate, which is needed for DNA synthesis and supports fetal growth and development. Ah, that is interesting. So, orange juice is a common pregnancy craving. Huh, that makes sense. Here, have bot banning powers. I think that should be the right button. mean, I know you. You're probably not going to go mad with power. Yes, you have power. You can now also do shout out commands if you want to. So, but just no, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But if you happen to see a bot to see a bot earlier than I do, feel free to ban it. They asked that you left taking pics to the hired professionals. You did snap one of the scenery while you were walking back to the location. Ooh, yes. Yes. Stevel has already gone mad. I'd love to see that. Also, I love it indeed when you leave pictures to the professionals. I think that is always a wise decision. Otherwise, sometimes the professional just gets pictures of cameras, or people will step in the way of the professional photographer to get a crappy phone picture. That is not how the timeout command looks. I know this because I've hung out in a couple of chats where somebody at some point wrote a bot which was called the Thanos Snap bot, and then if you donated a certain amount of to charity, the Thanos Snap bot, who was a moderator bot, would actually time out people for like a minute. Just like Thanos in the Marvel movies, you know, he snapped people out of existence. You can snap part of the chat out of existence for a moment. Also, then you could then donate money to charity for reverse snapping, which then meant that the person who did the original snap would then get timed out, and then chaos reigned. Because then people kept getting either randomly snapped or snapped to and snapped back, and... Yep, the timeouts do auto-delete people's messages. I used that once, where somebody made a joking link, and I was like, no, this is an actual link to an 18+ website, so I banned them for a second, which then automatically deleted the message, and that person didn't mean to post a link to an adult website, but they did. And I was like, well, we'll just time them out for 1 second, which deletes their message history, and boom. You know, problem solved. But yes. Oh my, that is lovely binary. That is a great setting for a wedding. Like, and all I know I know a couple of nutritional facts that more pertain to animals than to humans. You know, for example, the zoo where I love to go has 2 rhinos. And the rhinos eat about 100 kilograms of hay every day. They also poop about 100 kilograms of hay every day because they digest it very, very poorly. But for the rhinos, it has the upswing of, you know, rhinos mark their territory by, you know, the rhino in charge is the one with the biggest poop mountain. So the fact that they produce lots and lots of that really works. It was beautiful. We definitely want to go back there and have them. Yeah. Like, those gardens look amazing. And hello, AG Crafts. Good morning, or good Phil time zone appropriate greeting here. Good day to you. Steve-o, yes. I sometimes feel like I'm really lazy with my Harvest Dance costume because I'm basically going for already existing things and just adding bits and bobs to it. Everybody around me is going for, I'm going to create a whole costume from scratch, and I'm like, I have this very pretty dress that I'm using. Although I might at some point need to work on the top, because that might... You're just working with a concept you have. Yeah. But it's going to be amazing, that's for sure. It's mostly ripping fabric. Yeah. And you still have some time. I mean, it's not October yet. Or at least I hope so. So many things in between that need to be done. Judging by the pictures that I've already seen, Steve-o, you are going to look like a swamp thing. And I think that is exactly what you're going for, so... Hey, Palmousy! Welcome, welcome. Yes, of course, it's evening in Australia right now. Well, good morning from the Netherlands. How are you doing today? Yeah. This yarn is smaller than the other yarn I work with, which makes it just a tiniest bit fidgety. Right, nearly there. Every now and then I work with this yarn and then I go, why did I do this again? Because it is very, very pretty. Oh yeah, that is always a good reason. You have Brenna's stamp of approval. Brenna has a good eye for things. She is such an artist. But yeah. Trying to think up other... The weird thing is most of the facts I know about nutrition and stuff is also indirectly related to what comes out of an animal. I think it's also partially because the zoo has these whole weeks themed around poop. Because funnily enough, kids really do enjoy learning things about poop. Of course, also, especially for zoos and stuff, I have learned that one of the ways in which you can check an animal's health is to see, you know, how much goes in and what goes out. Because either not eating enough, suddenly losing appetite, or suddenly having weird things is usually an indicator of things going wrong, seeing that animals, of course, lack the vital step of it hurts here. Also, when it comes to nutrition, I always love pandas and red pandas. Because they have the weirdest diets, because technically their teeth are shaped just like a bit like ours. Their teeth and most of their digestive system suggest that they are omnivores. But basically they choose to be vegan bears because eat all the bamboo. Which also, but because bamboo is kind of hard to digest, that is also, you know, people are like, the red pandas really don't do much. And it's like, you know what they're doing up there? You know, they're not just napping, they're digesting. Because, you know, they have a belly full of hard to digest bamboo. So, you know, they're digesting. But they do also like fruit and other things. I know that, for example, the two new babies are currently being trained to voluntarily walk into a crate for when they have to eventually move to their new forever homes. And they're doing that with like bits of grapes and apple. Because as we all know from our pets, stuffing an animal into a crate, even though it is in their best interest, can be very stressful. So training an animal to actually, think that a crate is fun and that a crate, sitting in a crate for a while means they get all the delicious treats, reduces a whole lot of stress. I also think you should technically be able to do that with your pets as well. Just, train them with treats. It takes a lot of time. It's not a one afternoon kind of thing. It's a several week training process. But you can train them that crates are fun and snacks. Ooh, fun facts about Sweden. Sweden is fun. Let's put teeny tiny eyes on this one. Come on. The little sticker backing of the tiny eyes is sometimes really hard to remove. There we go. Oh, not stick them on top of each other. That way there we go. So, there we go. So, this little worry worm was made in honor of Reina360. Who is still the reason that I once came to Twitch, even though she doesn't stream herself anymore. And is a 25-month sub, which is so long! Right, so that was enough worry worms for today. So I'm going to put these in the big bag of worry worms, and they'll get, my longest, my three longest subs. So Irene, Willeke, DJ Averin, and Reina360 have just hit their 25 months. I mean, it is June, so. Oh yeah, I should at some point maybe think about a big streamiversary party. So, I am now going to quietly work a little bit on this early bird because, we're just doing multiple projects this stream because who's counting? Let's see. The Aivici Arena is not only the largest spherical building in the world. Sorry, it also represents the sun in a scale-accurate model of the solar system. Wait, what? It's the largest of its kind. The other planets are scattered throughout Sweden, and it has become a popular challenge for people to see all the planets while backpacking through Sweden. That is cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Because these tails need to be a very specific length, and I've noticed that if I make them, 42 is the answer. So if I make these 42 long, they will always pass the tests. Ghost in a Cup. No, this is, it's called an early bird. There is I think in other countries they mostly have them as little octopuses, but these are special plushies made for children who are in prematurely born babies. These get handed out to, or sent to people who who have their babies in hospitals, because sometimes the babies will tug on their breathing tubes or their heart rate monitors and stuff. And very often, if you put this then in, then they can tug on the little tails here, and then they won't tug on their oxygen meters or something. So it is sort of a worry worm, but then a very large one, and these all go to a charity in the Netherlands who collects them. Always test them for safety. Like, no matter how many you've made, all your birds need to go past a safety person, just because, well, prematurely born babies are incredibly tiny and vulnerable, so, and making a mistake is human. So they just all go, they go past the safety test, and then they get washed and packaged and shipped off. And there's a whole huge group of volunteers that makes these. They have to be made out of specific types of yarn, because it's yarn that has been proven to be able to, because the label of this yarn says wash at 30 or 40 degrees Celsius. They wash these at 90, and they can handle it. Which I think is pretty cool. So yeah. But it may be a little bit where I've partially got the idea of the worry worms, because these tails are incredibly pleasant to fidget with. I just realized something. Like, at some point I designed a pattern for a fidget toy that was sort of modular. Because I have ADHD, I fidget a lot. So I designed basically Nieske's ultimate pocket fidget. With either like flowers on either 1 or 2 flowers, or these squishy things, or these, and and with different edges as well, or shaped like this. And I've written out the pattern, but I still have to take pictures and then upload them. And I think what's currently holding me back is that I'm really thinking about quitting Etsy. Because, well, with the 5 patterns I have up there, it's going to at some point cost me more money than it's going to deliver me. Especially since Etsy has upped their rates again. Like, yes, we made record profits. Let's tell everyone they need to pay more now. Well, excuse me? So maybe I should just, take the pictures of those things and then upload the pattern to Ko-fi. And then maybe even just make all the patterns free, but or like... Yeah, Etsy upped their rates. Like, they announced that they made record profits, so, all the stakeholders were super duper happy. And then it was like, oh yeah, so everybody, you now have to we've upped all our rates. And it's very clear, apparently Etsy is definitely just there for, to be a money-making machine for their shareholders, because if you make record profits a year, why do you really need to up the amount of money that, you know, the sellers who are, you know, the people who make sure that you can make money, that they, you know. So I'm thinking about just completely deleting the Etsy store and moving everything over to Ko-fi, because Ko-fi doesn't take a share. So that means I can ask like a quarter or something of what I ask for the patterns on Etsy and still have more money left over at the end of the day. And seeing that, you know, most people seem to find my my Etsy store via my streams anyway. I mean, you guys can find me just as well through Ko-fi. You shall be leaving now. Must nap. Yes, napping is very, very important. Take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks again for being a follower, and hope to see you again soon. Have a good nap. So, who actually has a long weekend this week? You know, who has the Monday off? I mean, most Dutchies probably will have, but... And does anybody have any fun plans with their long weekend off? I literally have no plans for tomorrow. I'm just going to sit around and see what the weather is like and just, you know, do something. Alright, let's see if we can finally win this Stream Raider battle. Because, you know, we're not going to let the bot army defeat us. Ugh. You had plans for yesterday and today, so no plans tomorrow. Hey, that sounds like a smart plan. Just, you know, rest up. I love that little rogue there. That was very brave. But it did distract these for a while, so it'll take a bit longer for them to... Dum 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 dum. Alright, there's more of us than there is of them. That's always a good start. I think my captain unit died. Oh well. Plans are made of board games. Hey, that is fun. You're going to start a job on Monday, but then you went to note the date in your planner. You were like, wait a second. Are you even open on Monday? Yeah, it's sometimes really easy to forget, like, oh wait, it's Pinksteren. There we go. Oh wait, the last two enemies are these treasure chests. Dumpty 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 dum. Right, let's see if I need to be at the zoo, and then I need to leave in about an hour. Right, I won my first battle. Ooh, look, I got a new rogue skin. And binary and the manta, I get bonus rewards. Oh, damn it. Oh well. Right, let's see if we can do this. Time running out is not the worst because we had more enemies than, or we had more people on our side than there were enemies. Yes, all the gold for you. So, how much are we going to bet that in about 2 seconds the bot army is going to show up to mess over the numbers again? There are not a lot of enemies. I'm going to keep half an eye on the bot army, because if the bot army shows up, maybe we can start this one early and then maybe attempt the boss battle. I could just fit that in, and then I have just enough time to make some lunch and then still be in time for the zoo. I'm really curious how busy it's going to be, seeing that, you know, I mean, it is a holiday weekend, but on the other hand, they have the rain is threatening apparently, and thunder, so maybe people will then go, maybe another zoo day. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if the timer runs out in Stream Raiders, they check the side that has the most units left is then the winner. Though it would be sad if you had like one rogue and like 13 treasure chests or something. There we go. These need 4 tails, so... yep, defeated by inanimate object. That would be a sad way to go, though. Alright, so let's have these so we can fasten them off later. I'm kind of wondering, like, what color should I make the nose? I'm afraid if I make the beak like either the same yellow or the same pink, it'll fall a bit into the background. Oh, this works. Let's give it. This is a good color. Let's give it a little beak, because of course now it doesn't really look like a birdie very much. I mean, and also these come in two types. I like making the flat ones because the flat ones don't require stuffing, which means that this is an easy travel project. You also have to, there's also people who prefer making the stuffed ones, and the good thing is you don't they tend to hand them out in sets. But it's okay if you only make one type, because there's always someone around making the other type. It's like this rule of the universe. It's the rule of the birdieverse. Hey, there comes... Look at that! Right where I expected. I'm... I've been reading up on the Stream Raider Discord, and apparently all that you can currently do against the bot army of suckiness is basically attempting to ban all of them, but then you also run the risk of, you know, banning people who are not in your chat chatting, but who are just, you know, quietly playing along. You know, I wouldn't want to... Yeah. Because, you know, I'm fine with people not being in my chat and playing along. I do that to other people as well, seeing that, you know, you can follow, you can support 4 captains at the same time. I mean, I can't be in 4 streams at the same time. So, you know. But yeah. Bots are stupid. Yeah, the issue is mostly that these bots, you know, they ramp up your difficulty setting in the game and then leave in the battles where it really matters. It's like, yeah, big bot armies really just screw over everything. And also, I don't see what the fun is for them. Apart from, you know, just making people upset. Yeah, but why? I mean, I can understand if people do it, like, on their own streams to see if they can get their placement numbers up or something. But why do it on other people's streams as well? Yeah, I mean, maybe grinding the XP in on that, but then why leave in the... Yeah, maybe best not think too much about it. So usually I wouldn't... there's going to be little hearts here. So that is why I'm currently tying off a lot of the thread just on the outside. Because usually I would, you know, tie things off with secure knots and stuff on the inside. But seeing that there's going to be a heart embroidered over here anyway, you're not going to see this. And this way I know it's secure. Because, you know, the little strings that hold things like eyes and beaks in place should not go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, honey.
Waarschijnlijk niet te lang wachten met de battle starten.
Nee. The plan was in about 1.5 minutes. You know what? Let's just start the battle now, by the way. Because, yeah, the bot army is placing all their epics. Look at them! Right, let's just curse these two. look at that, 39 units. But my, yeah, my husband was like, maybe not wait too long, because after this is going to be a boss battle, and, you know, the bot army is going to leave probably after this, so, yeah. Yeah, that went swimmingly. Still have not killed orcs. Get Angel Arts, Binary and Damanta. Get all kinds of shiny bonus scrolls. Right. We're going to do this, let's do this boss battle. Because we can totally do the thing. Let's see. It's also going to be the last battle of the day, because after this I really need to get myself some food or prepare food that I can eat at the zoo. People don't also forget to place enough support units, and maybe like a group of archers, and here have. This is a boss battle, people. Do not forget that this is a great place to put your epics and stuff down, because the bot army sure isn't gonna. And even small units help, because even little bits of supports or, you know, little bits of enemy distraction can really, really help. And then next time we can start a new map on level 1, which is also nice if we win this. So, what's everybody else's plans for today? Anybody have any fun things? Right. Yeah, I think I'm also going to make the wings blue. What do you guys think? I can make the wings pink, or I can make the wings... I think blue is better, because it's a bit of a contrasty color. That was mean of me. Me going, what do you guys think? And then immediately just going with what I did, what I set out, what I was thinking myself. That was mean. But I've already had a really crafty day. That with the, you know, have some more worry worms. I'm also probably going to pack 1 or 2 worry worms, see if I can leave them either around or at the zoo. Or maybe in the park on the way to the zoo. Thinking about going for a bike ride, but you probably should have left earlier for that. Now you're risking the rain. Yeah. I'm still wondering if I'm going to be very brave and go to the zoo by bike, or maybe be smarter and go to the zoo by car. Like, I'm trying to train myself to go to I want like, I live about 25 kilometers from my work, and I have an e-bike, so it is it's about an hour bike ride with a little bit of assistance from some electricity. But I first want to train that up a little bit. But yeah, but in weather like this, yeah. maybe hope that the weather is a bit better tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I just realized, indeed, I used you guys as a rubber duck. But rubber ducks are adorable. I love little... And yeah, sometimes you just say it out loud and you realize, oh wait, this is the thing I want. But yeah, I was hoping to take my new camera lens to the zoo, but I don't think I'm gonna risk it because I don't want my camera to get wet. And also, like, they're expecting thunder and such at some point. I really want to be inside when the thunder hits. You do it with your friends all the time when you're writing, you can't come up with a word. Yep. Yep, sometimes just talking about things makes things click. I just realized that, of course, depending on where the thunder comes from, I can try to take pictures of the lightning. I haven't done that in years. The trick to taking pictures of thunder and lightning is basically having more than 100 failed pictures. And because it's usually really dark when it thunders, apparently what you just do is you open the camera for a long time. I should have made one of these longer so I can actually tie these on. Oh well. We'll make it work. Yeah, I once spent an afternoon with Art Involved taking pictures of thunder and lightning over our house there. And that was pretty fun. I just mostly remember both of us having our cameras on the stabilizer things and just having shutter times of like 30 seconds or something. But because the lightning is so bright, it works. Hello, Rupops! Thank you so much for that follow and welcome, welcome. One player was like, I found this leaf that you need to boil in warm water and drink it to heal 1 hit point. Can I have it? You found it. D&D tea. Yep. D&T. Hey, there's nothing wrong with finding tea. Usually I leave one of the ends on the hearts a lot longer so I can use that to embroider the heart on, but I forgot that, so I'm just gonna see how far I can come with, you know, the other bits of leftovers, and see if I can, you know, have to not introduce more thread. Let's see if that works. You never know. It's Teeling. He plays a cleric of peace. Like, yeah. Yeah, then it's really too easy. Hello, I'm a healing cleric. Have some chamomile tea. Hello, you love finding new crafters to support. Welcome, welcome. I love it when people find me. So if you have any questions about crochet, feel free to ask. I can never, you know, I can of course not guarantee to have all the answers, but we can always try. And welcome to a new hobby. Please, you know, you will now never have enough yarn. And crochet is is definitely my favorite hobby. And I am currently attempting to make a small toy. This is going to go to a Dutch charity that sends them to premature baby wards. Because the little curl tails will help. Alright, well this seems to be going okay-ish, but I will also need to make sure that, you know, I leave enough space to tie them off. Usually I leave longer tails for the sewing, but I sort of forgot, so I'm trying to make do with what I have. Seeing if I do not need to introduce more thread. And then still make sure that this is safe. Yeah, currently the redeem is so that I make a worry worm and then and then I will leave it behind for a stranger to find. But if people at some point want to redeem that I make a worry worm and then send it to you, let me know, because then I will also add that as a redeem. I just have to make sure that I then, you know, that I mark them clearly, of course, you know. But yes, you can currently save up. You can save up so that I will send you stickers, and you can currently save up that I will make a worry worm and then leave it behind somewhere in your name. I also do that so that, you know, if I have longtime viewers who maybe not have the financial means to you know, sub and therefore and thereby get worry worms, that they can also, you know, use long time viewing to that way get worry worms. Because, well, I have by now successfully sent worry worms through the mail, and I think that they are small enough that if I stick them to a card that they... the problem is just the Dutch mail really wants people to, you know, like everything needs custom declarations, and because it needs custom declarations, everything bigger than a postcard is basically a package, which means that, for example, you know, something like this. We used to, like, this would just fit in an envelope. It's the cutest little. By the way, also Pride, the Pride turtle says hello. But so in previous days, you could, if I, for example, would want to send this to Australia, I would stuff it in an envelope, pay like $2 or $3, and send it off. Now I have to pay like $20. But I think the worry worms, especially if I stick them to a card, I can, you know, I think I can just roll a bluff check that sort of says like, no, it's part of the card, so it's technically paper craft. You have not, Kipo has not yet lost the toy that I made for her. Good. It's not lost to the void yet. Hey, I mean, that's eventually where all cat toys go, right? They, into the void that is somewhere under the couch. Or behind the... Is it the life of a cat owner also? You know, check behind the fridge. That's where cat toys go to die. Oh, also, Therapet card. I saw the redemption. Woo! You have the rainbow Unisloth! It's your weirdness that makes you wonderful. This is the most Pride month of the whole set of cards, isn't it? Happy Rainbow Unisloth Pride month! And remember, everyone, it's your weirdness that makes you wonderful. Have a good lurk, Binary. And also good luck if you decide to go on that bike ride, and I hope you stay dry. Right, I think I had just enough leftovers of thread everywhere to actually securely attach this heart, because, you know, these early birds need to go into the washing machine. So guess what? Rule number 1, they need to be washing machine resistant. So yeah, everything needs to be basically, you know, like glue is not allowed, but if it were, everything needed to be almost glued on. Let's see, is everything secure on this end? Oh, that needs work. I always use my fingernails to go past the edges and see if I can, you know, if I can then lift anything up. It's like, oh, nope, wrong. I should not be able to lift up this bit. Because if my fingernails can lift it up, the itty bitty baby fingers can also lift it up. That is the... Did I... Yeah, I think I got all of those. Alright. That is a bit iffy, that one. I think for the rest... Yep, this one is pretty long. I was so happy. I got a message from the person that checks all these, and all the previous little nest of birdies that I sent in have all been all made the quality check with flying colors. So that makes me very happy. Like, squishing them down like that sometimes warps the hearts a little bit, but better have them on really, 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 really securely than, you know, run the risk of them letting go in the wash. I've really noticed I have like 2 different ways of fastening things off, you know, making things for small children and cats, which is basically everything bolted down 5 times because, well, you know, you don't want bits coming off when giving things to small children or animals. And, you know, oh wait, maybe 3. There's also like hug resistant, which is like, you know, bolt down everything securely but not 5 times. Which is when I make things that I want to carry around in my pockets, for example. And then there's things that are mostly for show anyway, and then it's just, you know, just tie it off and tuck it away. Yeah. Come on, there we go. Good morning, Lil Max. How are you doing today? Right, everything done neatly. Yes. Alright, let's snip off all these ends, and this is then the start of a new little nest of early birds. I tend to hand in the early birds to the people that do the safety checking around the time when there are special events. Like at the start of this month, there was a deadline when they were making... like, this is the regular shape of an early bird, but sometimes they have special things, for example, for Christmas. Sometimes they have a summer event. And then they have cute little one-time things, like sometimes keychains for the parents or something. So I tend to hand all of these in whenever, you know, there's a deadline for the event. Like, yeah. So I made like 20 of these keychains, also have a collection of random birds. You know. And I'm just really happy right now that one of the new safety checking persons lives like 15 kilometers from my home. Because that gives me an excellent excuse to every now and then go, no. We're not doing this by mail or by car. We're taking the bike. This is a really nice little bike ride there. So yeah. One little early bird probably is going to go to a little girl. I don't believe in you know, separating colors by gender, but other people do. Colors should be an ungendered thing, but I think we've had this discussion here before. And I mean, if only for the fact that at some point the colors flipped, I still think that's the weirdest thing. Right, let's just make a green and white one. That's always nice and neutral. Like, how does one choose colors for early birds? I just look through my yarn stash and see what color speaks to me. I try sometimes to limit the ones that I make in blues and pinks. Just because people have such an association with those colors. I have the feeling that it's also for the photographers and stuff, and for the hospitals, it's way more flexible if you just make a couple that are, not necessarily tied to what society still thinks is a gendered thing, which is unnecessarily gendered. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot the correct number of ones to start with. Wow, my brain just seriously blanked. Also, by the way, Kid Angel Arts, thank you for following me on Ko-fi. Much appreciated. Where is my pattern thing? How many do I need to start with? I know this pattern by heart. How do I forget how many I need to start with? Ah, yeah. That was it. 11. For some reason I was stuck between 10 and 12, and of course then it turns out that the answer is 11. Brain logic! My brain does not have any logic. But hey, and I mean, that is why we have patterns, so that sometimes when our brain goes buh, we can just look it up and it's like, oh yeah, that was what it was. Because sometimes brain goes buh. So having the exact amount of stitches is not always the most important thing. It's mostly about them having more or less the right shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, that is 11. Because in the end it's going to look a little bit like this. But yeah, everybody don't forget, place your last unit in the Stream Raider battle if you play Stream Raiders. Because after this I'm gonna have to also raid and dash a little bit. And make sure that I get a good snack and pack some lunch so I can also eat at the zoo before my shift starts. It's the hardest thing about having a shift that starts at 13:30. In the end you're all going like, ah, but if I have to be there a little bit beforehand, how do I do this with lunch? Portable lunches are amazing. Oh wait, I knew what I forgot, I think. Oh wait, the first one is doubled, so this is... The best thing about this pattern is like one single, one half double, one single, one half double. This is, I think, why many people think this is a complicated pattern, but you have to just see how the pattern within the pattern works. Hey, Silent Glaive, you did catch me at the end of my stream. After the next Stream Raider battle, I'm going to raid out, but welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. So I have a shift at the zoo this afternoon, so after this stream I'm going to need some time to make sure that I have food and snacks. Ooh, loom knitting, trying to fall asleep. What you making? I think you can make many things on a knitting loom. A blanket. Ooh, nice. Alright, that is the sound of the Stream Raider battle. So I'm going to pause the music. And then turn up the stream captain. And maybe also start peeking if there is anybody. If there are any good raid targets. Ooh, it's 5 feet wide. I'm trying to okay, like, oh yeah, that was what a foot was. So far it's 3 feet long. Wow, you've been busy. Alright, well, there's more allies than there are enemies. That's always a good idea. Ooh, Miss L Knits is live. I love Miss L. Oh. No, I think I think a foot is around 30 centimeters, and I think 6 feet is about 1 meter 80. So then that would be 1.5 meters wide. That sounds reasonable. That sounds like a very reasonable blanket size. Binary and the Manta, you get the bonus scrolls, and we have defeated another bosses. So that means next stream we're going to see what path we're going to take, but something tells me it's going to run past all of these chests, because so many chests. So, right, and because I need to go to the zoo and make sure I have enough food beforehand, because remember, food is important for everyone. And self-care is very, very sexy. I need to do some self-care before zooing. So, today, special thanks to all my new followers. Bonus thanks for Slothy Knight for resubscribing for 21 months. Thank you to everyone who chatted. Thank you to everyone who lurked. You guys know the drill. Where's my purple otter? I cannot boop out the stream without my purple otter. Oh, there's the purple otter. So, because it is Pride Month, you guys get a purple all get a purple otter boop. Boop, but also a little rainbow turtle boop. For extra luck and fabulousness, because remember, you are fabulous. And I love you very, very much. I will see you guys probably on Wednesday. Mwah. Everybody take care of yourself. Have a good day. And I say, let's go say hi to Miss L. Also have some raid calls. And I shall see you all next time. Dun, 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 dun. What is Miss L doing? Ah, she just started a battle. That's okay.